But
The danger room.
yes. So we had a good time together, and we made lovely comics.
The truth is, of everything I've done in comics, the thing that I've had the best time doing. There are other things that were challenging and rewarding and working with extraordinarily talented people, but in terms of just sheer fun, and in terms of a job, coming in every day and hanging out with Rob and just making comics, and that's all we were doing. We didn't have anything else to worry about. We were just making comics and trying to pay the bills. And then it ended tragically.
And then we went on to greater success with characters dressed in red. Well, I guess mine came first, and then he made Hulk red. Red Deadpool, Red Hulk. These are seminal events in our life.
They're
My
fun.
kids are like, Dad, is Ryan Reynolds going to make that Deadpool movie? Stop asking. I can't say anything more than I've said.
You certainly can't say anything more than you've said, that's for sure.
Hey man, you got to call it when you call it, you know.
I understand. Do you think they're going to make a Deadpool movie?
At this time, 50-50.
Yeah.
I think if nothing happens...
But I hear the script is great.
Jeff, the script is phenomenal. If everyone in here, if you read it online or if you read it, you go, it's the next level of comic book. It's the comic movie you haven't seen yet. It is ruthless in its action. It is laugh out loud funny. I fell off the chair
Did you guys like Zombieland? Yeah. The guys that wrote Zombieland wrote the script, and so
they're brilliant. But you know what? Fox is a weird place. You guys all know. I mean, they're very much derided. And I'm like, hey, why don't you make Gulliver's Travels too? No, don't make Deadpool. You know? Hey, why don't you? So Disney dumps Narnia. They're a pretty smart studio. And you go, oh, we'll get Narnia. And now your Narnia is making half what the Narnia that didn't do well was making. Fox, where genius doesn't happen. So.
You're not making a movie there?
No, and I don't like. That's the thing. Honestly, I was stupid, foolish to question Ryan Reynolds' commitment to the project. Because, man, did I get it within about 15 hours. I got 4 calls, and I was getting slapped over. If you could reach the phone, I was, how dare you? All people in the Hollywood world. And I was like, and they called me at 7 in the morning. So I'm like, people are calling me at 7. Somebody hit the button. Do not screw with Ryan Reynolds. And so I was getting punches right and left. And I realized that the movie, and there's things I just can't share, but I mean, literally, he is the driving force behind the entire movie. The movie does not exist, and I mean, the movie does not even have a script. It does not have a life if Ryan didn't basically say, I have to have this. And so you go, as he is becoming more influential, you just kind of wonder, why aren't you? Everybody wants to be in this business with this guy. This is the script he dreams of being in, and why do you not make it? So you just got to go, who's in the crazy nut house at Fox? I mean, and you've worked in the Hollywood business,
yes.
You know, and it's like, here's the check, nah, here you go, make the movie. It'll work out fantastic for you. And I know by then taking on the studio, I have alienated myself. No set visits for Rob.
That's right.
I think I'll be wearing a Jeph Loeb mask to get into the premiere if they ever make it. Hey, President of Marvel TV here. How you doing? That's not you. But and I'll go in and I'll be like sitting in my Jeph Loeb mask watching Deadpool because they'll be like on security. Liefeld, pounce that guy. So,
taser.
Yeah, taser. But you know, sometimes you got to go. Somebody's got to speak up and go, dudes, you're blowing it hardcore. And everyone else in the process is too polite to do that. And then there are other people who work in the system who fear for their jobs being punished. I'm a comic book artist. They can't hurt me. You know? It's like, no, I'll still draw tomorrow. You know? No feet. But, you know, but if you're making your living in Hollywood, you're going to go.
You got to behave yourself. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't.
But that's true in any business. I mean, you folks know that, you know, if you're out there talking about your boss, and your boss is going to hear about it, and you're in trouble. Should we take some questions from the audience?
Yeah, great.
Do you want to do that? Sure. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, we're going to have to try to fill up nothing. Us two knuckleheads up here, you can ask anything you want. I may not answer it. But this young man over here.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
I think blue, I guess.
I'm wearing blue. Yeah? So that's why it likes me.
I have a question. When is Image United 4 coming out?
About 6 weeks. No, seriously, I got 10, 11 pages in the mail over the holidays, and I have witnesses who were in my room last night watching me ink and draw all my stuff. All of Todd's stuff is drawn. The funny thing is, Eric Stevenson in Image is like, can you get those pages? Make sure you do the pages that need to get back to Todd as fast as possible. And I said, I don't have a single page that goes back. All of Todd's Spawn stuff is drawn. So, you know, like I said, it's in my lap. I got slammed with the flu that you do not want to even get near right Christmas Eve. So I did nothing for 10 days except writhe in pain and cry like a baby. And, you know, so I missed out on about 10 days worth of work. But it's I would say, given that a couple of Eric Larson is really fast, so he'll do all his dragon stuff because I see that stuff's on there. Everybody else is really fast. The pages I have Valentino, McFarlane, myself, and Wills. So that just leaves Eric, and it'll be out in 6 weeks because it'll take that time. The printers are like a 3-week turnaround now. That's why I'm giving you, 6 weeks. So, and everybody dies.
So it works.
Really big fan of your Batman stuff with Jim Sale.
Me too, thanks.
And I was wondering, is there anything that you wanted to do with that character or any of those characters in the Batman universe you didn't get to do while you were at DC?
I don't know that there was anything I didn't get to do. There are stories still to be told.
Liefeld, from a guy named Cheryl Rhodes, who was in his position for 6 months.
He was the publisher at Marvel at the time.
He was a real d-bag. And he was, literally, if you like saw him on, I don't even know what actor they could get to play him. You would like hate him. Hello Rob, this is Cheryl Rhodes. And I'm like, who are you? Where'd you come from? I've never heard of you before. I've been in this business for 12 years at this point. Who are you? But my letter was from Cheryl Rhodes. And it said, Dear Rob, as you know, the latest sales of Captain America at 155,000 copies in the top 10 is not suitable per our agreement. And we need to renegotiate your deal or remove you from the book. And I called him up and I said, just remove me. Because renegotiating my deal meant that I was going to have to pay Stephen Platt less than what I already agreed to pay him, and the inker and the colorist. And we had budgets, and they wanted to slash the budget. So I said, go ahead and fire me. I mean, this is right when I'm having my Image divorce. And with Image, I'm like, I left, because I did, I have that letter too. And like 3 days later, you're fired from Image. Wait, what? Is there a time machine? This letter says August 10th, and yours says August 13th. I quit on the 10th, I'm fired on the 13th. That doesn't work. But with Marvel, I said, just fire me. I don't care. Put out that you fired me. I could care less. At that point, Jeph and I did our 6 stories. We had a story arc. It was done. And then we got the one issue with Cable. Whoop, whoop. We stuck that in. But I'm like, Steven, so I said, hey, Steven, I got the rights to Fighting American from Joe Simon. You want to do that? I'll pay you the same amount of money. And so, I mean, we literally we had to move some pieces around. And then there's times when you come up with grand ideas. Cable was always supposed to be Sam Guthrie from the future to come back and train himself to lead the war that's coming. And Bob Harris called me one day and said, oh, he's Scott and Jean's kid. And I'm like, what? Yeah, it's done. It's actually in Jim's issue. We established it. I'm like, what? So you go, okay, not my character. Can't do anything about it. But I came real close. There's that when Cannonball gets killed, and then Cable's on the table with him in like issue 9 or whatever, and then you find that Cannonball regenerates. That was kind of the beginning of that story, but breaks off the cliff. And he's a Summers now, so good for them. I was like, wait, Scott's son is older than him and back talking to him, and we didn't establish that for 2 years, but now, okay, you got to deal with that stuff. You go, I am a paid worker here. This is not my character. So